Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? At this time, please take your seats as the processional will begin shortly. A professional photographer will take pictures of graduates as they cross the stage. Students and guests will have the opportunity to purchase pictures at a later date through mail correspondence. We ask that only graduates and faculty enter the arena floor. Please remember that air horns and other noise makers are not allowed in the arena. For the safety of everyone, especially those sensitive to sudden, harsh noises, use of these devices is prohibited. Additionally, out of respect for our graduates and public safety, please remain in your seats until the ceremony concludes. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please help us prepare for our next ceremony by exiting the center and parking lot as promptly as possible. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The processional will begin shortly. Please remember that air horns and other noisemakers are not allowed in the arena. For the safety of everyone, especially those sensitive to sudden harsh noises, use of these devices are prohibited. Out of respect for our graduates and public safety, please remain in your seats until the ceremony concludes. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please help us prepare for our next ceremony by exiting the center and parking lot as promptly as possible. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional. I am pleased to present the distinguished faculty led by Grand Marshal Dr. Amanda Nolan and the 2022 Faculty Excellence in Service Award recipient and our Head Marshal, Dr. John Kirk, the students, the honored platform guests, and the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, Dr. Christina Drayle.
The University of Arkansas at Little Rock commencement ceremony is declared open. Welcome. In a moment, we will sing our national anthem. Let me first say to our international students and for those present from countries around the world, we are glad you're here. You are welcome to join us in singing of our national anthem, and you are welcome to refrain if you decide to do so. We will now be led in singing by the University Concert Choir.
Good afternoon. I am Christina Drale, and I serve as Chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. It is my pleasure to welcome our graduates, their families, and friends to this very special occasion. Today is all about honoring your accomplishment, and on behalf of the faculty and staff of the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, we celebrate with you. I would like to acknowledge our distinguished faculty who are here with us to participate in this important ceremony and to thank them for their dedication to student success. I also want to thank the many staff members who have volunteered their time and effort to make this a truly memorable occasion. Every commencement affirms our collective commitment to educate, prepare, and elevate our students. As you prepare for the next chapter of your life, this is a good time to reflect on what you have learned and what you will be taking with you after graduation. In your time with us at UA Little Rock, you have been developing a set of skills that you will use to find new pathways and new solutions to challenges ahead. If the last 2 years have shown us anything, it is the importance of adaptability and resilience in the face of uncertainty. You have worked hard to develop self-reliance, deep knowledge, learning skills, and a discipline of the mind that will serve you well for the rest of your life. You have learned the value of teamwork, of cultural understanding, and of genuine, effective communication skills. As a college student, you have greatly expanded your capacity to adapt to novel situations and thrive in a rapidly changing environment. And throughout your college experience, you have most importantly come to know yourself better and what you are capable of accomplishing. As you step out into the rush of opportunity, I encourage you to remember the positive relationships you developed at UA Little Rock and continue to cultivate compassion, kindness, and generosity Make those a hallmark of your character, because these virtues are the essence of our humanity. Remember the team efforts you were a part of, and continue to seek collaborative relationships in your work and in your community, because we are always stronger when we work together. And remember all of those who helped you arrive at this moment and commit to helping others develop their potential as well, because the more we invest in each other, the better the quality of life for all. Graduates, know that you are well prepared to meet the world and prosper. You know how to keep learning and developing new potential. In the years ahead, you will be faced with many more questions than answers. You will apply all that you have learned in ways none of us could have envisioned. Such is the beauty of your education, that you have a foundation for all that is to come. Today is the day you envisioned when you applied for admission at UA Little Rock. The faculty of this university has determined that you are prepared and ready to meet your responsibilities. I join them, along with everyone at UA Little Rock, in wishing you a successful future filled with a sense of adventure, joy, and purpose. This is your moment. Don't hesitate to seize it. The world is waiting for you to shine. Congratulations to all of you. UA Little Rock is proud of the many exceptional educational opportunities we offer our students. Join me in experiencing one of them now in this performance by the University Concert Choir under the direction of Dr. Larissa Mason.
Come running on the water, come running on the water.
thank you to the concert choir and also to the University Bands program for providing us with great entertainment this afternoon. We have distinguished persons seated on stage, and it is my pleasure to introduce them to you. Please hold your applause until I've presented the whole group. University of Arkansas System President, Dr. Donald R. Bobbitt. UA Little Rock Board of Visitors, Ms. Ratisha Bird, and Dr. Andrew Kampuris. 2021 UA Little Rock President's Award winner and featured speaker, Ms. Helene Williams. President of the UA Little Rock Assembly, Faculty Senate, and today's Grand Marshal, Dr. Amanda Nolan. Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, Dr. Ann Bain. Vice Chancellor for Advancement, Mr. Christian O'Neill. Director of Athletics, Mr. George Lee. Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Mr. Jerry Gans. Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Dr. Cody Decker. Vice Chancellor for University Affairs, Ms. Joni Lee. Vice Provost of Research and Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Brian Berry. Dean of the College of Business, Health, and Human Services, Dr. Frank Braun. Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences, and Education, Dr. Sarabeth Essis. Dean of the Donaghy College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, Dr. Lawrence Whitman. Chancellor's Fellow for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Melvin Beavers. Let's give them a round of applause. It is my pleasure now to welcome the President of the University of Arkansas System, Dr. Donald Bobbitt, to extend greetings on behalf of the UA system.
Thank you, Chancellor. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire U of A system, let me extend my congratulations to you, the graduates, and my thanks to the faculty for being here today at this ceremony. You know, one of my privileges of being president is that I get to attend a number of these ceremonies each and every year. I believe this is number 9 so far, this ceremony. Every one of them is different. Every one of them is memorable. And I can't tell you what a privilege it is for me to be invited to be able to attend. I also know, graduates, that it took a very strong sense of personal discipline and initiative for you to arrive at this point. I know that amongst this group, there's many who had to work to go to school. Some of you had the pressures of family to take care of, perhaps even personal or family illness. And we can't forget that we did all this in spite of a worldwide pandemic. I've heard a lot of words used to describe the class of 2022, but I like the word remarkable. I think it's remarkable that you are here, and I applaud your grit and your resiliency and your toughness. But very few of us can say, honestly, that we've done it all on our own. The truth is that we rely on others for assistance and strength. And so I would like, on behalf of the board, to express our thanks to your families, to your husbands, your wives, your grandparents, your children, your neighbors, those who have provided important assistance to you in your academic career. Please take the time after the ceremony to let them know how much they have meant to you and how much they have done to assist you in your education. I spent considerable time during these ceremonies reflecting upon the accomplished faculty seated before me. It truly is an honor to serve with them, and over the years, these men and women have taught me much more than I have imparted to them. I've also learned that they do not see this as a job, but rather a calling. And as I reflect upon their commitment to your education, I'm reminded of the poem, The Bridge Builder. Now, I won't read the poem to you, but I can give you a short summary. It's a story of an elderly gentleman on a journey, lone, dark highway near dusk, comes upon a vast divide, a chasm. And at the bottom of that chasm flows a raging river. The old man is at a stage in his life in which death no longer has fear for him, and so he crosses the sullen stream. But when he's safely on the other side, surprisingly, instead of continuing on his journey, he stops, gathers materials, and builds a bridge. Old man, said a fellow traveler near him, "Why are you wasting your time building a bridge? You've crossed this chasm deep and wide, and you will never pass this way again." The builder lifted his head, and say, "Good friend, in the path I just took, there followeth me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm, which meant nothing to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him." It's often said that unto he or she much is given, much is expected. This faculty has provided to you a priceless gift, the gift of an education. They have built a bridge between your intellectual maturity when you arrived and the status that you're at right now, certified by them to walk across the stage and receive the credential you have earned. But you must also build bridges. You must build bridges so that others can follow behind you. You might do so to benefit your family. You must do so to benefit your community, this state, and this nation. So take the time to let those on the faculty know that they made a difference when you have the time and how much you appreciate what they have done for you. In the same vein, let me offer my thanks to you for giving me this opportunity today to share today with you. My hope for you is that you will leave here and find a purpose in life so large and so encompassing that it will challenge your very capacity to be at your best. In closing, I'd like to leave you with my heartfelt best wishes and an Irish blessing. May you always have walls for the winds, a roof for the rain, tea by the fire, laughter to cheer you, those you love near you, and all your heart might desire. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, President Bobbitt. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Andrew Kompouras to extend greetings on behalf of the UA Little Rock Board of Visitors.
Good afternoon. I was given one strict instruction, and that was to be brief, and that I will do. I bring you greetings from the Board of Visitors. This is your day. The Board of Visitors is very proud of this university. We are proud of the administrative staff. We are proud of the faculty. But today, we are especially proud of you. This is a wonderful day. You should enjoy it, remember it, and cherish it. We look forward in the future to your continued association with this university, and I know that you're going to make us very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you for those remarks, Dr. Kompouras. And now I'm honored to introduce our featured speaker. Ms. Helene Williams attended UA Little Rock before taking what she refers to as a 14-year spring break, leaving college to concentrate on her career. Helene started out as a city desk news assistant at what is now known as the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. She would go on to become a regular columnist and award-winning journalist over the course of her illustrious career. Her stories have appeared in the paper's style sections, her photos have appeared in the high-profile section, and her column, Let's Talk, turns 33 in September. Today, she is the Sunday Style editor and the recipient of countless accolades. Her lifelong record of volunteer service reflects her deep connections to the Little Rock community. We simply could not be more thrilled to count her among our distinguished alumni. And so it is now my distinct pleasure to welcome to the podium the 2021 Alumni Association President's Award winner, Ms. Helene Williams.
To Dr. Don Bobbitt, Chancellor Drayle, Dr. Kompouras, other distinguished guests, members of the UA Little Rock administration and faculty, graduates, family, and friends. Let me first state how humble and honored I was to be invited to impart to you some words of what I hope you'll take as wisdom today, especially in light of the 2022 commencement speakers at several other Arkansas colleges and universities, former Razorback and NBA Hall of Famer Sidney Moncrief, actor Hill Harper, Dr. Ruth Jones with NASA, considered a modern-day hidden figure. I tell you what, my old inferiority complex almost kicked in, and I almost felt a bit sorry for you guys, but we will make the best of this. First, allow me to convey my sincere congratulations to all graduates today. You are part of a unique group of people who have earned a credential that only 42% of Americans have, according to the U.S. Census Bureau's most recent data by way of the website bestcolleges.com. That includes associate's, bachelor's, graduate, and professional degrees. Not only that, but you have earned your degree despite being completely broadsided by an occurrence that brought the scenario of more than one sci-fi/suspense/horror movie to real life, a deadly global pandemic raging for 2 years and counting. That occurrence upended all of our lives, plunging us into situations we never dreamed would reach out from our TV and movie screens and grip us. Some of you are no doubt still mourning the losses of the loved ones of whom you were cruelly robbed by what we know as COVID-19, loved ones you thought would be here to cheer you on today. But through the tragedy, the chaos, the disruptions, the shortages, the switches from in-person to online, the loss of work, the shortages, the loss of daycare, the loss of in-person school for your children, the cabin fever, the shortages, the dining room tables turned offices, and did I mention the shortages? You completed the juggling act. Still you toiled, still you studied, and still you rose. The late South African President Nelson Mandela said that education is the most powerful weapon by which you could use to change the world. Here you are today, equipped with that most valuable weapon. I not only congratulate you, I give you my utmost admiration and respect. That being said, some of you are no doubt planning to get out tonight and mark this occasion by partying like it's 1999, even though you may not have been born then, and that I understand. Yes, I'm supposed to make all these lofty statements about how you have fulfilled your dream and met your goal of successful matriculation toward a degree at this august university, and how, now that you are receiving your respective sheepskins, you get to go forth and enjoy the fruits of your labor. That fruit varies. For many of you, holding your new degree represents an entry into the work world, period. For some of you, it represents a hop on the up escalator to a better job than what you've had, a job that involves a little bit more money and prestige than flipping burgers or stocking shelves. Some of you are no doubt the first in your families to attend or graduate from college. For some of you, especially you non-trads or non-traditional students, Monday morning will simply represent business as usual. The degree isn't necessarily a ticket to a promotion or a raise. It may just be your having proved to yourself that you could do this, or proving you could finish something you started. I would like to take the liberty of giving you the following admonitions and challenges as you go forth with these hard-won degrees in hand. Some of these are words I've offered to graduates over the years in my weekly column, Let's Talk, that appears in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. And some of this will just be piggybacking off of what you have already heard, but I'll put my special Hellenian spin on it. First of all, remember to be flexible. I thought it was important to put this piece of advice out here first. I don't have to tell you that we're living in a topsy-turvy world where you must certainly expect the unexpected, where you must, as my aunt used to say, roll with the punches and bend with the wind. Realize that your blessings may not come in a neatly tied package, but, to use a phrase in a gospel song to which I'm partial, in a brown paper bag with grease stains on it. I give this admonition to someone who thought they'd do the 4-year, age 18 to 22 college study plan, but who went to UA Little Rock on the 20-year plan instead. I dropped out in 1984, a one-time university scholar and fallen honor student who had washed out. I spent the next 14 years building my career and reputation as a features writer and columnist for what is now the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. But that sense of having left something uncompleted continued to haunt me until 1998, when I dropped back in and 2 years later finally earned my Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism. By the way, you older non-trad students who returned to the university after some years away probably had to learn some of the things I learned returning to campus. Bring breadcrumbs so you won't keep getting lost in any of the new buildings. And instead of the freshman 15, beware of the geezer 30, which hit me because I became too fond of the grandma's cookies and non-diet surge soft drinks in the Stabler Hall vending machines. Hide from the youngsters after you mess up the grading curve, that sort of stuff. My college education didn't go as I expected. My dear mother, whose dream was for me to go to college, died while I was still a dropout, but I got there. And just as the pandemic may have thrown a monkey wrench into your studies, life may throw monkey wrenches into your career hopes. But yes, keep your base goals in mind. Work to meet them. Also, keep in mind that one, meeting those goals may be more complicated than simply going a straight line from point A to point B. And two, don't close your mind to the possibility of being better off at point C, G, P, T, or Z. That leads me to my second admonition, which goes hand in hand with the first. Stay alert for unexpected opportunities. Yes, I know. You studied for a particular field whose name is emblazoned on your degree. Many of you will go on to excel and change lives for the better in that field. But know that some of the best things in life are not necessarily on the path that you plan to travel. A word about alertness. In one of my favorite Bible stories, a Hebrew commander received divine advice on editing soldiers for his army. He was told to observe the fellows drinking from the river and to discard the fellows who got to their knees and put their mouths to the water to drink. He was told to choose the men who cupped their hands in the water, brought their hands to their mouths, and drank while continuing to watch their surroundings. Those of you who have read this story knows that this left only 300 men who kicked the butts of the Midianites who grossly outnumber them. I give you that example to tell you all to always be alert for opportunities that may not come in ways you expect, have visualized, have decided upon. Gideon, by the way, was hiding out from the Midianites and threshing wheat when his story starts. He had no idea he'd be a military general until an angel appeared to him and said, "Mighty hero, the Lord is with you." In other instances, the great characters of the good book were often approached by angels who said stuff like this, which had to have been far more intimidating than being told, "Look, our committee met to plan its fill in the blank the other day and your name came up." That's what I always dread. But seriously, like Gideon, you may find yourself minding your own biz when you're startled by a door that opens up behind you, or an offer or request that has you saying, "You want me to do what? That's not what I want to do in my life. That's not what I signed up for. That's not what I studied for." And it may be just the thing you were purposed to do. It may be for you to have trained for one thing, but you end up doing another thing. Just be alert for those unexpected opportunities. Another admonition, choose your battles and your arguments wisely and time them well. Sometimes you need to fight for justice and fairness. Sometimes you need to just accept that life will be unfair in your favor or the other person's. Current headlines could make it easy for you to decide whether you need to fight or whether you need to accept. But there are times when, and situations where, that decision will be more difficult to make. You'll need to invest some time and thought into each case. Know that battles sometimes appear in the form of people who are just out to try to stir you up because they have nothing better to do. Some people simply don't know better, some don't want to know better. Know when to walk away. Don't waste time confronting others over matters that in the long run won't matter, but will impede your life's progress. Sometimes the battle is distraction. Don't let yourself be taken down by weapons of mass distraction. Whether those distractions are the stupid clickbait pictures at the side of the website you're on, or phantom causes that are of no benefit to anyone and have no future. Keep your word. It's an old-fashioned virtue that will pay off in the end. It won't seem like it. Let me warn you that being dependable means you'll have a lot of people pulling on you, wanting you to share your time, talent, and energies, usually for free. Remember that your name came up statement from earlier? It will sometimes seem as though people are sucking the life right out of you. Also, unfortunately, you'll find that a lot of people will make you promises they won't keep, whether that promise is to respect you in the morning, do lunch with you, or bankroll your startup company. Don't become discouraged and start dishing out what you've been dealt. Keep the high road. Continue to be faithful and true to your word. Sooner or later, that faithfulness will draw somebody who wants to give to you instead of receive from you. Think before you speak or act in your career, activities, and otherwise. Some of you may be hoping this new degree is a route to not just wealth, but fame. Remember that fame is like some diet drinks. It's nice initially, but can leave a bitter aftertaste. Killers, meth makers, or sellers, outlaw bikers, and cat-fighting wives are glorified little outside of TV land and movie land. So whether you're on your way to fame or even respectable obscurity, think before you act or speak. As actor Will Smith might be advising others these days, refrain from saying or doing anything you might regret or pay a penalty for later. Watch how you treat people. Watch what you say around a mic that may be hot. Specifically, and I've given this warning in my column many times, watch what you post on social media. If you're going to be outspoken, make sure you have something worthwhile to say. Don't be afraid to dream big. As I like to say, dreams are like purses. You need a big enough dream to hold all your stuff. But don't be discouraged about any yellow area on your personal graph. Let me explain this. There's a not funny but funny graph I found online. On the graph labeled prestige to the left and time at bottom was a line titled your intended career path. That nice straight blue line sloped all the way up over time. But then there was a second line titled your actual career path. And that red line zigzagged crazily, far below the first line, before ending in a sharply downward trend. Between the two lines was this yellow area labeled, why you drink. After joining the newspaper, I was promoted twice in my first 8 years. Less than 2 years after coming to what was then the Arkansas Democrat, I went from city desk clerk to consumer affairs columnist. Then, after taking a voluntary step down and starting over in the features department as bridal editor in 1987, I was promoted to features writer and columnist in 1989. From there, I went 32 years without a promotion, 1989 to 2021. The yellow area on my graph wasn't me drinking, it was me honing my storytelling craft, meeting people from all walks of life, including those whose lifestyles were nothing like my own, being their student as I educated my readers, and broadening my horizons as well as my worldview. I'm not saying stay in one place or work for one employer all your life as I have, and I'm not saying I was a happy camper throughout my yellow area years. Matter of fact, I've written about having to come to grips with that sometimes what sometimes seemed like a yawning chasm between my expectations of adulthood in general versus its reality. I'm saying that any yellow areas on your career path chart can be seen as learning and growth experiences. Be aware that not all that glitters is gold, but some things easily overlooked may be worth platinum. This piece of advice will come in handy whether you're doing some modern-day prospecting or contemplating investment in a popular company via the stock market. Don't just go for the shiniest, flashiest, most neon prospects that are come hithering you in life. Question, investigate, seek advice. Those things may represent fool's gold. On the other hand, as you're striving to make money in this world, remember not to turn your back on anything, and especially anyone of real value. Here's one, for instance, I like to emphasize. Be nice to the administrative assistants, receptionists, janitors, cafeteria workers, wait staff, and all of those that the social climbers tend to ignore or mistreat. These are the people who know things, who can get you in, who have the inside scoop on the things that can benefit you. Remember that to whom much is given, much is required. Those who try to keep it all to themselves and live by their own rules run the risk of ending up alone, in the grave, in jail, in a mental institution, or immortalized by an expose on a news channel. Pay your blessings forward and help and mentor someone as you were aided and mentored. Meanwhile, yes, do remember those who helped you in your journey. A good deed is something one returns, according to an African proverb. Whether they were your parents who created your college fund, encouraged you to be your best and sent care packages to your dorm room, whether it was the professor who took you under his or her wing, whether it was the eccentric aunt or uncle who sent you the $20 you used for those times you were hungry and the dining room was closed, whether it was the professionals who gave you a glimpse into their jobs and mentored you, show them the proper gratitude for what they did for you. A special note to you young graduates. Know that adulting is certainly not about being perfect. Let me be Captain Obvious here and state that adults can make the same mistakes over and over again, especially out of fear or panic. And yes, we can do those same things over and over, expecting different results, the definition of insanity. Your 20s will be a real trial and error decade. The awkwardness won't automatically vanish. The acne may not do so either. Your expectations of adulthood and its reality may be separated by an abyss. It's about picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, learning from your mistakes, and keeping in mind that the journey, not just the destination, has value. Stay teachable. If you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom, says another African proverb. Be a lifelong student and don't be afraid to learn from others, including those who may be younger than you. In my parting words, whatever you do, hold on to your vision and do you. I can't stress this enough. Make sure you are doing what you have been anointed to do, not what makes you money. A quote from comedian Ellen DeGeneres, never follow anyone else's path unless you're in the woods and you're lost. Writer E.E. Cummings said, to be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best night and day to make you everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting. Here's what the late Steve Jobs told Stanford graduates in 2005. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life or someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your best heart and intuition. Oh, and there's that line from the great philosopher Snoop Dogg. You might not have a car or a big gold chain. Stay true to yourself and things will change. I implore you to never stop fighting, to be and do you. If you're a revolutionary who seems to have been born ahead of your time, if you dress, talk, or act differently from the status quo, if you don't quite fit in, seem to rise above all the clubs and cliques, and you stick out like a sore thumb wherever you are because of your looks and or the vision you have to make the world a better, saner place, keep fighting. My speech is now at an end. Congratulations on your beginning.
Thank you, Helene. That was great. Very good. And now, Dr. Ann Bain, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, will present the candidates for degrees.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honored graduates, distinguished faculty. It's a pleasure to be here today to recognize our 2022 graduates. It's also an opportunity to recognize the outstanding faculty at UALR who have an outstanding history of service, excellent teaching, and dedication to student success. We have several of our faculty who are retiring after many years at our institution. Collectively, these faculty represent 340 years of service to higher education, to our students, our city, our region, our state, and our country. It is impossible to even imagine the thousands of people who have been positively impacted by these individuals during their tenure at our institution. Please join me in wishing the following faculty members a happy, wonderful, and healthy retirement. John Bergen, Education. Juliana Flynn, Anthropology. James Fulmer, Math and Statistics. James Grover, Counseling, Human Performance, and Rehabilitation. Larry Holland, Accounting, Economics, and Finance. George Jensen, Rhetoric and Writing. Cindy Johnson, Accounting, Economics, and Finance. Stephen Capp, Social Work. David Leno, Engineering Technology. Ronco Oliver, William H. Bowen School of Law. Robert Sykes, Biology. Linda Stauffer, Counseling, Human Performance, and Rehabilitation. And Michael Warwick, Art and Design. So as we recognize the success of our students, I want us to take a moment to say a special thank you to our faculty and staff. And so I would ask that the faculty and the staff of UA Little Rock stand so that we can be recognized, so you can be recognized. Thank you. At this time, I ask that all of the candidates for certificate, associate, baccalaureate, professional, and graduate degrees please rise and remain standing. Everybody. Chancellor Drayle, on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby declare that these persons have completed all requirements for their respective degrees and certificate programs, and I take pleasure in presenting them to you as candidates for the degrees for which they have been recommended.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You may now move the tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap. Please be seated. And Dr. Bain will now present the 2022 graduates.
The university takes great pleasure in recognizing those graduates who have demonstrated particular academic excellence. A number of students are graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. In addition, other students are identified by special stoles, such as the students in the Donaghy Scholars Program, McNair Scholars, Chancellor's Leadership Corps, or by medallions, such as members of Phi Kappa Phi. You'll find information about these honors on page 5 of your digital program. We will now introduce the graduates for the presentation of their diplomas. Please hold your applause until all graduates in each group have been presented. Faculty and staff who have a relative graduating may assist the dean in awarding the diploma at the appropriate time. Will the graduates receiving the Doctor of Education or the Doctor of Philosophy please approach the stage? Each graduate will be hooded by his or her doctoral advisor and will receive their diploma from Dr. Brian Berry, Dean of the Graduate School. Each graduate will then be greeted by the dean of his or her respective college.
At this time, we will recognize the doctoral graduates from the College of Business, Health, and Human Services. Mary Hannah Hughes, hooded by Dr. Richard Lewis. Natalie Michelle Snow, hooded by Dr. Robert Lytle. Elisa Maxine White, hooded by Dr. Bill Kearns. Jonathan Paul Watson, hooded by Dr. Bill Kearns. At this time, we will recognize the doctoral graduates from the College of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences, and Education. Herlanda L. Hampton, hooded by Dr. James Vanderputten. Zachary Ethan Harbour, hooded by Dr. Greg Barrett. Zachary E. Perrine, hooded by Dr. Greg Barrett. Errol Tyler Broyles, hooded by Dr. Nancy Hamilton. At this time, we will recognize the doctoral graduates from the Donaghy College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Alex Joshua Berry, hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Pierce. Christopher David Griffin, hooded by Dr. Alex Beeris. Benjamin Garlington, hooded by Dr. John Talbert. Leonardo Vieira, hooded by Dr. John Talbert. Mahmoud Mohammed, hooded by Dr. John Talbert. Mary Aruna Juthi Gadi, hooded by Dr. John Talbert. Trigun Dinesh Maru, hooded by Dr. Andrew Wright. Said Feroz Siddiqui, hooded by Dr. Jin Wook Lee. Ashar Turki Abid, hooded by Dr. Cameron Iqbal. Venkata J. Batula, hooded by Dr. Daniel Berliant. Mustafa Al-Assad, hooded by Dr. Nitin Agarwal. Karen Watts DeSico, hooded by Dr. Nitin Agarwal. Thomas Marcoux, hooded by Dr. Nitin Agarwal. Billy Spann, hooded by Dr. Nitin Agarwal. Hussein Al-Hamdani, hooded by Dr. Srikant Pirugu. Suleiman Ziad Tariq, hooded by Dr. Hussein Al-Rizzo.
Let's applaud our doctoral graduates. Please be seated. Will the graduates receiving the Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Public Administration, Master of Social Work, Master of Science, or graduate certificates please approach the stage. The graduates will receive their diploma from Dr. Brian Berry, Dean of the Graduate School, and will be greeted by the Dean of the college in which the graduate program is located.
At this time, we will recognize our graduates from the College of Business, Health, and Human Services. Melissa Catherine Albright. Blanca Arias. Amy M. Atkinson. Isabella Faye Ballas. Mikos D. Barbie. Katie Lynn Bland. Passionette Tia Brazel. Emily Ann Yan Burt. Matthew John Cogburn. Tracy Cook. Ariana Renee Cruz. Carly Morgan Criswell. Cynthia Brianne Cutler. Aubriana Haley DeVasier. Lisa Deaver. Allison DeWalt. Abdurrahman Diawara. Jessica L. Fritz. LaQuisha Gibson. Deidre Gray. Rayana DeGray. Alyssa K. Guffey. Natanya Hale. Demisha Henderson. Caitlin Brooke Highsmith. Kiana L. Holt. William Thomas Horn. Amy Horowitz. Tasha M. Jeffries. Janae Johnson. Melissa Lee Joyner. Monica L'Oreal Jones. Shalimar L. Jones. Asha Raquel Jones. Lily Friend Kerr. Mallory Diane Culp. Iman Myra Lorraine Kouassi. Sandy Lila Laban. Casey Leeson. Jasmine Celeste Lennox. Serena Blychia Lowe. Brooklyn Long. Derek Bradley Lovin. Heather R. Lynch. Bailey Lynn Magby. Jarius Marshall. Lakeisha D. Matthews. Allison G. May. Darian McCluskey. Zainil Merchant. Deanne Miner. Miracle D. Morell. Hera Nadim. Kaviana Nellan. Riley Marie Nesbitt. Michelle Wynn. Izahi Oriegon. Lucy Jane Owen. Caitlin R. Parker. Bijul Deepa Patel. Tracy E. Patterson Anderson. Laura E. Potter. Cristal Pozos Flores. Sarah Dawn Presley. Kyra A. Rattler. Joseph Z. Randall. Brandy Louise Reidinger. Angela Scott. Taylor Patrick Sevier. Jalen R. Stevenson. Esmeralda Suarez. Summer Lynn Taylor. Takiria L. Toombs. Dominique Torrance. Kelsey Grill Walraven. Patrick T. Walsh. Kimberly White. Nicole Monchelle White. Brandon Williams. Shanika Williams. Patience Wise. Rachel Denise Wood. Kirsten Young. At this time, we will recognize our graduates from the College of Humanities, the College of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences, and Education. Farah Al-Farah. Parker Blake Jr. Carmen Eleanor Bradford. Constance L. Clark. Kyra N. Darnell. Matthew D. Eaton. Brittany Fugate. Savannah Gann. Brianna Shea Green. Michael James Hall. Lataka T. Harvey. Rainisha Vertrice Ward. Olivia Faye Hudson. Taryn Ashley Henderson. Christina Marie Johnson. Vince L. Johnson II. Nefertaria A. Lankford. Aaron Jerome Kelsey. Jordan Jeanette Loyola. Michelle Malone. Drew Stevenson Martin. Christine Nicole Nichols. Jelena P. Petruchina. Christina Gilbert. Ramsey Elizabeth Purvis. Michael D. Reed. Tyler Riley. Rachel Elizabeth Smith. Marilyn K. Stratford. Susanna Grace Stubbs. Katrina Tate. Ashia T. Thompson. LaShondra Tyler. Tiffany Walker. Tanya Renee Webb. At this time, we will recognize our graduates from the Donaghy College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Clinton Maurice Acklin. Peter Accarella. Shims Almindalawi. Deepak Kumar Banerjee. Sumjina Dukal. Ritu Gujar. Abhishek Joshi. Romeo Klamaji. Matthew Cusper. Tyler Middlebrooks. Muhammad Tariq.
Let's applaud the graduate students. Will the certificate and baccalaureate graduates in the College of Humanities, Arts, Social Science, and Education please approach the stage? Graduates will receive their diplomas from Dr. Sarah Beth Estes, Dean of the college.
Alexis Schuster. Amber Sarton. Shanderick Allen. Kristen Nicole Alsop. Lena Albeck, magna cum laude. Armando Ariano. Yolanda Maria Barnes Martin. Bailey Marie Bell. Mitchell Berlin. Willa Nicole Berry. Lillian M. Berry. Kimberly M. Bonney. Nina L. Barton, magna cum laude. Tyler John Bowie. John David Bryant. Jennifer Gay Boyer. Emily Faith Buchanan, cum laude. Alexandria Camilla Brown, summa cum laude. Khadijah Anise Brown. Ayana C. Burgess. Maddie Aaron Becker, cum laude. Susan Buston. Alexis Shantae Bynum. Brianni R. Clark. Angelica N. Campanilla. Morgan Clark. Latia J. Cole. Kristen Elizabeth Craig. Luis Caceres, cum laude. Kimberly Champion. Myra Casedo, magna cum laude. Janicia Shaquille Collins. Chalet Cardona. Case Davis. Savannah Grace Davis. Haven Donald, cum laude. Lillian Grace Davis. Gracie L. Derrick. Elizabeth Dias, magna cum laude. Laura Dry. Luis Alberto Dominguez. Fernando Dulanto. Cassandra M. Dean. Ashley Ann Dean. Peyton DeHoji, cum laude. Darius Elliott, Jr. Owen Evans. Kayla Marie Inglad. Maria Elena El-Khattabi. Ahmed El-Khattabi. Tanikas Farmer. Remy Marie Fields. Braden C. Fitz. Kevin W. Fitzgerald. Lexus Mercedes Ford. Bianca L. Francois, cum laude. Ariel Nicole Fresh. Ryan Alexander Fulbright. Jorge Luis Gonzalez Martinez, Jr. Holly Renee Gamble. Natriel Gant. Aaron Peyton Gately. Marissa Joanne Gaston. Shalita G. Gill Corbin. Carolyn Ann Godwin, summa cum laude. Taylor Nicole Gonzalez. Savannah M. Goodson. Cesar Guerra Gonzalez, summa cum laude. Rebecca Yvonne Gullidge, magna cum laude. Andrea Janae Hall. Madison Pearl Harper. Faith Insight Tani Hurd, cum laude. Carly Madison Hobby. Cassidy L. Holtz. Camille Iman Holloway. Adriana Nicole Hood. Kyle Hubbard. Rebecca Emmeline Hudson. Jordan Charlene Hancock, magna cum laude. Suba Bilkis Inswali, magna cum laude. Amelia Yelik, magna cum laude. Rihanna Marie Giles. Lance Tyler Johnson. Erica T. Johnson. Abigail Davis Huckes. Lindsay Kate Jumper, magna cum laude. Laura Nikita Jansen, magna cum laude. Livia Kumura, summa cum laude. Tamika C. Kelly. Hannah R. Crable, summa cum laude. Bahat Kadam, magna cum laude. Nancy Darling Huichu. Katerina Josanna Lambert, cum laude. Ambria Michelle Lancaster, cum laude. Stephanie E. Lee. Karina Leonard. Jewel Leonard, cum laude. Dana Denise Loria, summa cum laude. Abril Lucio, magna cum laude. Ashley M. Malcolm, magna cum laude. Vanessa Martinez. Tejan McClandre McDaniel. Nicholas T. McGee, magna cum laude. Crystal D. McLennan. Brandon Matsubara. Brooke M. Meeks. Mary Margaret Muse. Annabeth Marie Meyer. Remington Case Miller, summa cum laude. Caitlin M. Mitchell. Cannon Halle Moore. Rainlin Moore. John D. Morris, summa cum laude. Amanda Danielle Nelson. LaGradia Amaris Nelson. Shalonda Michelle Nelson. Kadisha Diane Neeland. Brannon Orman, cum laude. Mia R. Parker. Olivia N. Patterson. Evelyn Perez Garcia. Cameron Lamont Perkins. Katrina Nichelle Perkins. Coyote Snow Perrin. Dara Danae Prater. Madison Lauren Price, summa cum laude. Gage L. Pipkin, magna cum laude. Carmen Elena Ramirez Schlesinger, magna cum laude. Ashley Morgan Josephine Ray, summa cum laude. Jordan A. Ray. Brandy Nicole Remsen, summa cum laude. Carter Reynolds. Tierra Breon Richardson. Kate Richards, cum laude. Monica Riley. Essence Robinson, magna cum laude. Beverly Uju Rogers, summa cum laude. Brooke Ashton Rogers. Brandon Romero. Catherine Ann Ross. Sean L. Rowe. Lucas J. Rudd. Taylor Dawn Sanders. Kayla N. Smith. Adele F. Sadiq, cum laude. Claude Wendell Slater III. Brianna Smith. Tajay L. Smith. Keisha Yvonne Shelton. Kyle P. Swartz. Brianna Salone. Emily A. Samish, magna cum laude. Curtis N. Smith. Madison Taylor Sanders. Sekul Sane. Morgan S. Taylor. Angela Thomas. Gloria Thomas. Isaac Emmanuel Thomas, cum laude. Jada Simone Offert Tillman. Ruby Trotter. Meredith Lind Vanderlook. Brianna Wade. Tracy Renice Walker. Caitlin Walters. Connor Mitchell Ward. Kelly Watts. Dylan A. Weatherly, cum laude. Radiah N. Weaver, summa cum laude. Curtis White, Jr. Anna Rebecca Whitlock. Emma L. Williams, cum laude. Savannah Dawn Wilkerson. Zaria Annette Williams. Kiara Lacey Willis, magna cum laude. Kara Catherine Wright. Crystal Wright. Mario Yoel Valdez. Meili Young, cum laude. Lisette V. Yang, magna cum laude. Karen Roberta Jack. Nika Tavasali.
Let's applaud our College of Humanities, Arts, Social Science, and Education graduates.
Congratulations to all of you. And we're almost done. We have just a little bit more business to take care of, and then we'll have our recessional. I'd like to remind you that as our newest class of graduates, you are now eligible for membership in UA Little Rock's Alumni Association. Many of you have already joined, and I would like to thank you for doing so. I hope all of you will take advantage of the many membership benefits and opportunities to stay involved with and support your university. As the final act of commencement, we will now have our recessional. Family and guests, please remain seated for this important part of the ceremony. All graduates, please also remain seated until the platform party and the faculty have exited. Faculty and graduates will recess out through the east entrance corridor. The Grand Marshal will now end our ceremony.
These proceedings are now closed.